Call to order the regular meeting of April 14, 2015. Saline Area School Board of Education, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. Public comment is our first agenda item. A member of the public may address the board briefly for up to 3 minutes or request to be scheduled on the agenda of a future meeting by filling out the How to Address the Board of Education form that is provided prior to each meeting. Please note, Board of Education members will not respond directly to public comment. Individuals addressing the board should take into consideration the rules of common courtesy. The public participation portion of the meeting cannot be used to make personal attacks against a board member, district employee, or student. Do we have any public comment tonight? Administration, Superintendent Grady.
Just a couple of updates. One, I've talked to some of you. We're embarking on a program looking at identifying 5 students from China who will be attending Saline High School next year as part of a partnership that would involve Saline Area Schools, Dexter Schools, and an organization working with 3 schools in China. And so Julie Helber will be traveling. That company is sending her along with a contingent of Dexter staff to China to make a presentation to 3 different schools, and so that'll happen here in the first week of May. She'll be attending that. On May 7th and 8th, the evening of May 7th, we'll be taking a large group of staff down to Plymouth, Indiana. Plymouth, Indiana is a community, a K-12 school district that has embarked and embraced the new tech model, and so we're going to be reviewing that. It's not something that we're likely to necessarily participate in terms of the new tech brand, so to speak, but it's an opportunity for us to really look at what are those facilities like, what are the instructional strategies like, and really partner with what we're already doing around 4Cs and next generation. So we're excited about taking a motor coach down there to review those. And again, it's a learning opportunity for a variety of staff across each building and department level. So we're looking forward to that. And then lastly, the athletic director, assistant principal position, we've been going through that process. The administrators at the middle school, high school screened the initial applicant pool down to 8. A committee reviewed those 8 and have forwarded 2 candidates to central office, and Mr. Ellis and I will be meeting with them on Thursday and going from there. So those are the things going on. Seems cool, and everybody made it back from spring break as well.
Thank you. Board of Education members.
I had a foundation meeting this morning, and just to give an update, they have been very, very busy. They had a retreat last month, and they have all kinds of things. They're just kind of tweaking and refining some of their processes and the procedures and their bylaws and all kinds of stuff, and just really getting into it and really streamlining their organization, which is very cool. A few highlights: the spring recognition was right before spring break, and they had it at Woodwood. I wasn't able to attend. Were any of the rest of you? So it sounded like it was pretty well attended.
Correct.
Any reflections on it?
They were still selling cars though. We were all in there talking and stuff. So yeah, it was a fun time.
Okay, and they also participated with the kindergarten roundup, which some of the foundation sponsors provided stuff for their backpacks, and they do this backpack project, and lots of goodies. They all went home, and everybody felt like that was good for the sponsors as well as good for the kids and potential. It sounds like we got hopefully a good sized kindergarten class. And then you handed out the note card with some of the dates for next year, so mark those on your calendar. That's all their exciting things that they do. And they're starting to think about their strategic grants for next year, and so they're pondering that right now. So exciting things are happening at the foundation.
Anyone else? Kira, everyone make it back from spring break tonight?
Yeah, it is the final stretch, as we heard earlier. There's AP tests coming up, prom coming up, spring sports, all busy, but it's going to be fun.
6 weeks to graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough. fast. Trustee Freeze, Trustee Heft, and I went to the Career and Tech Ed classrooms to boardrooms. I don't know what do you want to call it. Event that the consortium put on at the high school a couple of Fridays ago. It was it was a very good meeting. They had some prior students talk about their experiences. We had one guy that started out in auto tech, went on to EMT, and then he's right now in medical school. So he'll be a doctor, I think, in another year and a half or something. So for all those students who might have an alternate thing, Career in Tech Ed is a pretty powerful thing. There's a lot of good stuff going on. That was interesting. Yep. And next Wednesday, the 22nd, is career night at the high school. Colleges are coming in from 6:30 to 8. It's next Wednesday for sure.
It's 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. So if you're sophomore, junior, or even senior still looking at colleges, it's a good way. I think about 70 colleges are coming, so I will be there. Okay.
One thing, Paul.
Yep.
Help me, Steve. I believe on Thursday, Saline Alive is having
That's this Thursday.
this Thursday, is having a session here, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, coping
I know the U of M
strategies.
Depression Center is going to be here
Right.
on coping strategies.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
good for parents and students who
Yeah.
have that need to attend.
Yeah, that'll be good then.
Can I have a motion to approve the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Scheduled reports. Is blank tonight. We don't have any scheduled reports since we've all been away, it seems like, for a long time. So we will move on to discussion items. Board Policy Committee update. Trustee Dalhick.
Last time we met, we went further into policy 8260, anti-bullying as it relates to board and staff. At that meeting, we looked at the code of ethics and a handling complaints document that Superintendent Graydon shared with us. And basically a discussion was held and we decided that that would be reviewed at each annual retreat with the board and then when new board members come in. Next meeting is May 5th at 6 p.m.
Budget Committee update.
We'll be meeting Monday, April 20th, 5 o'clock in the conference room. I know Scott is going to be out of town, but Janice and the rest of us will get together, kind of the kickoff for the budget season. So.
And Tim, I think, said he could make it.
Tim will be there, yeah.
Okay, great. Facility assessment review, Superintendent Graydon.
Just wanted to kind of bring everyone up to speed. The King Scott has completed their initial round of reviews. They met with departments. They first toured buildings. They did kind of what I would call a behind-the-scenes review in terms of the infrastructure of each of the facilities, and then met with kind of what I would call, again, the buildings and ground staff associated with that. Came back and then met with building level leaders, talking about what types of, not only building needs, but then also kind of instructional or curricular needs they would have. They have completed that process. Talking to Brendan yesterday, they're now putting prices to the items that were discussed, and the next step is for our small group of board members to get together and start to review those documents as we prepare. Targeting at this point, looking at potentially April 27th, Monday, April 27th as a potential date for a meeting to get together. That gives us essentially a little bit of time. We'd like to have a couple of community forums following that so that we can get some feedback from the community about those areas of priority so we can craft an appropriate plan. So once we get those documents, things will happen fairly quickly between now and the first and second week of June.
So they hit every building and
They hit every building. There will obviously there are things and questions that we will have once we review those. It's important for us. I think they asked or mentioned, hey, we can give you kind of what items are on the list. prior to the dollar figures, do you want those? And I did say no. I really do feel like we need to make sure that the component in terms of the costs associated or estimated costs associated with those areas are a part of our initial review. I wouldn't want to get too far down the line talking about ideas and concepts without having a true understanding of what those costs are looking like. So it's an important way for us to partner. So that's that. I think we would be able to have those either today or later this week. And let's hold off and make sure we have the numbers with them first before we take a look at that.
They had no ONG moments where they
they didn't call and say you need
Okay.
to close this building or anything like that. Yeah,
That's good.
Which is good. Yeah, no shortage of needs, and certainly when talking with the staff, I know they had a lot of kind of creative ideas about some opportunities. So it's going to be an interesting discussion as we meld that together in the appropriate plan.
I was at the Woodland Meadows PTA meeting, and they expressed very positive feedback from the people that were in there, and they were doing the survey, so they were pleased. Okay, consent agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the following items as part of the consent agenda? A, B, C, D, and E.
So moved.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Items scheduled on the next agenda. I know Steve and we're gonna, it's our study session, so we're gonna talk about emotional and health wellness. We will have a budget report, and probably
No, maybe.
no. We'll probably have a little bit of feedback on the facility assessment.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have the documents.
This is the second opportunity that the public may address the board briefly for up to 3 minutes or request to be scheduled on an agenda in a future meeting. Is there any public comment? Chase?
I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to come up. Speaking of upcoming events, I was just thought to myself, next Thursday we will be holding an SCTN and SHS Today open house. Everyone is welcome to come. It will be between 5:30 and 7. No set time in which to come, but it's an opportunity to tour the facilities and see a live recording of the show. So it's kind of a neat opportunity to peek behind the curtain.
We did the CTE tour. One of the groups that produces SHS Today got a local Emmy Award or some kind?
Yes, one of the SHS Today groups, there's 2 groups within the class. And I apologize for forgetting the name of the group, but it is the same group that organizes the Emmys, so they can't technically call it an Emmy, but it's by the same organization, so it's a great honor for them. It's the first year we applied too. So.
Great. There's a lot of award season is starting up at the high school and all the schools, so there's a lot of stuff going on.
We will be attending MIPA, which is the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association Awards on Monday, so I think we have some good awards
coming back.
on. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So hopefully we'll see some of you there.
Thank you, Chase. So our next meeting will be April 21st, 2015 at 6:30 p.m. right here at Liberty School.
This actually will be the 28th.
Oh, 28th. Some of us might come on the 21st too. Just a recommended motion to adjourn the regular board meeting of April 14th, 2015 at 6:44.
So moved.
Wow.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, everyone.